On this episode, we have our first swing analysis. We talk about staying athletic and how Josh would pimp homers. What's up, guys? This is Wade Gaynor, and this is episode 3 of the Wade Gaynor Talks show. We're going to jump right into this weekend baseball. This week, a lot of national discussion about pimping homers.
What is that?
What's pimping a homer?
Yeah.
Pimping a homer, for everybody who doesn't know, like my man Josh, when you get a hold of the ball, you really get into it. Hit it over the fence. And you stand there and watch it. Maybe undo your batting gloves, even though you're still in the box. Really do anything but run to first. That's pimping a homer, all right? Josh, what's your favorite way to pimp a homer?
Like if I got a home run?
Uh-huh. Like if you hit it, what would you do?
I'd probably maybe ride the bat like a stick horse or something.
I don't think I've ever seen that one done.
Like take off my helmet and wave it like I was in a rodeo.
Like Babe Ruth wave?
No, like I'm riding a horse.
Oh, like you're riding a horse. All right. I've never seen that one, but maybe one day.
Yeah.
That's what Josh would do. That's good. Maybe we'll get that on the Little League fields one day.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll film that later. Anyways, this gets a lot of people's blood boiling. Some people say it's unsportsmanlike, unprofessional, showing up the other team. As far as I'm concerned, though, there are times where pimping a home run is completely acceptable. If a pitcher can strike you out and you yell, "Ah!" why in the world, whenever you get him, can't you just stand in the box for a minute, watch it go over the fence? But there are some rules to pimping a homer. Number 1, the biggest one, I've seen it multiple times, every level. You can't pimp a homer when the ball doesn't go over the fence, Josh. Sounds simple. I've seen it done. Guy stands there in the box, ends up getting a single. Ball hits the fence. Ball bounces and hits the fence. I've seen that one too. So number 1, you got to get into it.
They think it's going to be a homer?
They think it's a homer, so then they kind of just stand there and then they get a long single.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it happens. But that's unacceptable, okay? So you got to get every bit of it. Number 2, what kind of game situation do we have, okay? If it's a game-tying homer in the 8th, a lot of momentum, you can pimp the homer, all right? If it's a walk-off, obviously there is zero reason to sprint out of the box, okay? Enjoy it, right? You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, some people don't, all right? My dad told me, put your head down and start running. I think that's great advice, but every now and then, you hit a couple walk-off dingers. You're in college, you're all juiced up to play the game every day and wanting to win. You get into one, it's hard to just sprint out of the box for no reason. So, pimping homers is acceptable under the right circumstance. It's a good question. Balance is key in a swing. A lot of times we think that we have to have just perfect balance as the swing finishes. That's not entirely true. This could be an advanced question. But I do tell a lot of young hitters, if after your swing's complete and you feel yourself falling over the plate, that's acceptable. But if you're falling back heels, if you're out on your front, if you're dipping back, obviously these things are going to hinder your swing. Your lower body, that's where every bit of your power comes from. All of our strength comes from our lower half, okay? Comes from the legs, comes from the ground up, just like a deadlift or a squat. and then it translates into the swing, and that's where you get your power from, is your legs. So another good tip for young hitters, whenever you're wanting to swing hard, don't swing harder with your upper body, swing harder with your lower body. And we'll get into those things in future videos, get a little more in depth, and I'll act these drills that can help with your lower body and balance out. Great question. This is an excellent question. I can't overstate enough. I've been on some winning teams in my career. One of the constants with all the good teams I was on was chemistry. It's a big cliche. A lot of guys downplay it, but we all know it's true. Anytime you have a group of guys where you know you have each other's backs, winning is just a byproduct of that chemistry, okay? The best teams I was on weren't always the most talented. I know I sound like an old coach, but it's just the truth. In college, for instance, our first year, we got beat around a lot. Second year, a lot of the same guys were back. We got a little better. Third year, we were like a bunch of brothers. And that was one of the best teams I was ever on. Played on a couple playoff teams in pro ball, some teams in high school that went a little further than teams before us had. And that team chemistry, there's nothing like it. It makes up for a lot. Whenever you know the guy in front of you, the guy behind you has your back, just everybody wants to win. We all have the same goals in mind. It's incredible what that brings out. And you can win a lot of ball games with just chemistry. Good hearing from you, Dougie. Great question. I actually talked about this in episode 2. It's there again.
Yeah, dude. Every time.
Every time. So, check out episode number 2. But Brandon Douglas, outstanding player, arguably the best teammate I ever had, played the game the right way, was a stud football player in high school. He played multiple sports, went on to play professional baseball. I played multiple sports. I'm a huge fan of well-rounded athletes, and there's no question it makes you a better ball player. We touch on this a lot in episode 2, so we're going to move on. But great hearing from you, Dougie. I miss you too, of course. You need to come down to Kentucky ASAP. So, episode 3, really awesome. We have our first swing analysis. Take a swing Tuesday, which can be any day, as we've established. Which is great because you should be swinging every day anyways. So we have our first swing. Young ball player sent his video in. Got me pretty jacked up. I'm excited. This is kind of the thing we wanted to get into. I've had a couple, actually more than a couple. I've had numerous parents and young ball players walk up to me when they saw me, start mentioning how their kid or they were getting awful excited about baseball season because of these videos, which is what it's all about. And I've had a lot of lesson requests through this. Can't get to everybody. We know we have a couple more videos, and we will get to you in future shows, which is awesome. So we have this young ball player here. I've been checking out his swing all week. I'm excited to get after it. Let's watch this little guy swing. All right, so let's recap this swing right here. We start out in an excellent stance, okay? Hand position is outstanding. Love the Evo Shield, forearm guard, BGs. He's got it going on. He's in his spikes in the backyard. That's a ball player. Love the stance. Love that strong hand position. Stays closed with his front side. But what we want to work on is this checkpoint of separation, okay? See how his hands come with him as he strides, okay? We need almost like a pause when we have that separation, okay? I don't want to use the word pause. Pause isn't the right word. When you stride, you can leave your hands where they are and then you'll cause that separation just by your front foot moving forward. But when we stride and our whole body moves with us, we lose a little bit of power, we lose some balance, which this young kid right here is athletic enough to adjust and get into that hitting position. And he fires through the zone. And I mean, that's a good looking swing. There's absolutely room for improvement, but he's off to the right track. I mean, he's got it going on. This young ball player here, he's got it going on, okay? He's going to be successful at some level. There's no doubt in my mind, just by the way I watch him go about his swing, okay? Look forward to meeting with him, talking more about the swing, but we're going to hit on a couple checkpoints right here in the barn. The first checkpoint we're going to talk about is separation. Separation is like the rubber band you hear a lot of people talk about. We do it when we throw, and we do it when we hit. So I'm going to act out how we want to cause separation in the swing. All right, don't mind the boots. All right, we're in the barn. It's muddy outside. I didn't want to get my tennis shoes muddy, so I'm wearing rubber boots. But you can hit in rubber boots too. So don't mind these. So whenever we talk about separation, okay, this is a huge tip for ball players. This young ball player right here, he's right at that age where I'd start talking about something like this. Advanced hitters, this is big time, okay? So hear what I'm saying. When we talk about separation, a lot of people think we just talk about stride, okay? Or maybe we want to bar our arms out and get them way back here. But what we want is we gather and we separate, okay? I know this is a little complex. Everybody just hear me out as I go through it. It's not near as challenging as some people like to think. Some of us do it naturally, some of us don't, and need to fine tune a little bit, okay? But this is a huge checkpoint I see on this young ball player's swing. It's going to make him quicker through the zone. It's going to make him more powerful as he hits the ball. And I know with the intent I can see on his face as he's hitting off the tee, if you implement this in your game, my man, you're going to be just fine. When we talk about separation, we talk about we gather, doesn't have to be a leg kick, but we gather some kind of movement. We start here, and as this foot moves forward, this hand goes back, okay? Or it can stay the same. I'm not a big believer in you have to move back with your hands. Your hands can stay where they are, but there has to be separation, okay? We don't want to do this, and this is what I see in this video, okay? And I see it in 95% of young hitters. Whenever you stride, your hands go with you, okay? There's no separation there. We talk about that rubber band. When I stride, I stay back, my hands load, and I'm ready to fire. This does like 10 different things for your swing. Number one, it makes your lower half more powerful, okay? It gets you in a better position to fire through the zone. If I'm here, you hear it said sometimes, you know, if you're gonna throw a punch, you wouldn't throw a punch like this, okay? You get your hand back. So, it's just like when you throw. You don't throw from right here, okay? We don't like shuffle across the infield and fling it. No, we take a shuffle and we get here. That's the separation I'm talking about. So, the number one checkpoint I want you to think about, to work on with your dad in the backyard there in the neighborhood, is separation, okay? Now something our guy does really well, okay, that we want to talk about. We don't want to just talk about things we need to work on. We want to talk about strengths, okay? We want to know ourselves as hitters. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses. Now something this little guy's doing really well. He has a closed front side, all right? Something I battled my entire career, okay, is opening up. When we open up, our hip shoots out to third base, our shoulder shoots out, and it's really hard to stay on anything off speed or away from us, okay? He does an outstanding job of striding Now he strides a little bit like this, brings his hands with his stride. We want that separation, but his stride, his foot's close, okay? There might be a 45-degree angle there, but we don't want this to happen. And he does a great job of staying right here. You're hitting against your front side, you're gonna have a lot of pop. So if we put that separation into that swing, you're gonna see a lot of results, okay? Believe me, you're gonna see a lot of results. That back hip's gonna get quicker. You're gonna be quicker through the zone with the barrel, and you're gonna find yourself hitting the ball harder and farther than you've ever hit it. In appreciation for being one of the first 3 on our Take a Swing Tuesday, hashtag Take a Swing Tuesday, hashtag Take a Swing whenever, every day. So we're gonna send this guy,
Take a Swing Tuesday.
hashtag Take a Swing Tuesday. Thank you. That's what it is, and we love it. We love it here. Take a Swing Tuesday. So, in appreciation, we're gonna send this guy a little gift, a little ball player. I get jacked up watching these little guys swing, and knowing they want to get better, they're hungry. Reminds me whenever I was 8 years old. It's just a blast. Something we don't want to lose track of is remaining athletic. Anytime you take lessons, anytime as you improve your game in the off season, in the cage, we don't want to forget about being athletic. Okay, one thing I love about watching t-ball games and little kids is they're just out there grabbing the bat and swinging, using their God-given athletic ability to go about playing the game. Okay, so we have these checkpoints and absolutes that are part of the game, but we want to keep our athleticism. We want to keep the uniqueness of the way each of us play the game. Okay, that will enhance your skills rather than let's just strip this kid that does all these good things and make him a robot. That never works out. You don't turn on a big league game. You don't watch high caliber college teams and they look like a bunch of robots. Everybody has their own stance. Everybody does their own little thing in the box. One thing I can tell you, I promise you, college recruiters, college coaches, scouts, they love athletic ball players, all right? We don't want a bunch of robots running around doing things, breaking it down, having long pauses in their swing. Those are just drills we work on to stay athletic, and that's something we're going to really harp on with the Gaynor Talks show and any instructional videos that we do. We are not trying to create robots. We're trying to make athletic ball players. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps up the show here. Be sure to join us next time on the Gaynor Talks show, and stay tuned for all kinds of stuff we're going to be pumping out, drills, what have you. But before you go, we're still a couple subscribers short, so be sure to subscribe to our channel. All right, it's where you can find anything and everything you want to know about what we're doing here. So thank you, and until next time, the verse of the show is 1 Timothy 1:7, which says, "For God did not give us a spirit of fear or timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline." Thank you, and God bless.